Hello, I'm Cory McClure from the Belleview High School FFA chapter.
And I'm Brittany from the Bellevue High School FFA chapter.
And today we're going to show you how to judge feeder cattle. And a couple things you will need is first your cows, because you can't do without it. You will need your cows should have ear tags in them, because then you can identify as like 1, 2, 3, or 4. So when you go to place them, you know. Then also you will need a notebook to write your different information down, which I'll explain to you, like the length of them and different thriftiness of them. So that's what you will need to judge your feeder cattle.
Okay, so first thing that you're going to judge is thickness. And thickness refers to the development of the animal's muscling in reflection to its skeletal size.
Frame size is a skeletal measurement that considers height and body length as relation to age.
And the third thing that you're going to want to judge is thriftiness. And thriftiness is an appraisal of the apparent health of the animal and its ability to grow and fatten normally. So what thickness or muscling grades, they range from 1 to 4, 1 being the best and 4 being the worst. Inferior cattle are unthrifty and are not expected to perform normally in their present state.
So here, if you can see here on this paper, you start with number 1, which it has the most muscling and the best muscling, as you can see, as it carries it down through its forward flank and down to its rear flank. And if you look at here in its hind quarters here, he carries it down into his leg. And as you go from number 1, 2, 3, and 4, it gets less and less every time to number 4, who is the lightest muscled cow in this group here.
So there are 13 different grades for judging feeder cattle. You have your large frames, your medium frames, and your small frames. So your large frames are going to be graded from 1 to 4, and also your mediums 1 to 4, and your smalls 1 to 4. And then you also have your inferior cattle.
Length is determined by visually estimating the distance from the foreflank to the rear flank. So you start from here and you measure that way, and it's not 100% because you're just using your vision to see if it's a longer steer or heifer or shorter bodied one. So that's how you do that.
So your small frame steers are going to weigh less than 1,100 pounds, and your heifers are going to weigh less than 1,000. And each frame size has to have at least a ½ inch of fat.
And their height is determined by visually estimating distance from the calf's chest to the ground and from the hips to the ground. So what you want to start is from here, from the chest, and go and measure down, and from the hips and measure down. That's how you roughly get their height.
So your medium frame size steers and heifers, your steers have to be between 1,100 pounds and 1,250 pounds, and your heifers are going to have to be between 1,000 pounds and 1,150 pounds, and they also have to have a ½ inch of back fat.
Large frame steers are over 1,250 pounds, and heifers are over 1,150 pounds. And if you notice, as we go throughout the small, medium, large, the steers usually are about 100 pounds more than the heifers. They finish more because generally heifers are smaller than steers. Steers have more testosterone in them because they are a male species and they tend to grow bigger. So that is done with the poster. Now what I'm going to show you is an actual steer and trying to give you a real life scenario on how you would judge the cattle. Here's our subject here today, and what we're going to start as is our length. And what you want to look for, remember when I said the length was you want to measure from the foreflank, which is right there, which is the foreflank, which is the start of it, and then go down to the rear flank, and that's how you visually estimate his length. So he is a longer bodied steer, you could say, and then you want to go to his height. And then what you want to do is height from his chest down and from his hips down. So what I'm going to do when I look at that steer, I'd say he's about a medium height. He's not super tall, but he's not small at all. So this, for frame size, he'd be an upper medium steer, probably an M4, not quite a large frame. And then if you look at his muscle, this steer is heavy muscled. As you look, he carries it down in his legs, his chest, his brisket, and his hind quarters. He's got a wide hind quarters and he carries it down. It doesn't droop and lose muscling as you look down it. So this is an example of how you would judge feeder cattle. Thank you guys for your time.